Hello and welcome to the craziest revenge stories on cheating partners. If you enjoy videos like this, please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel.
My girlfriend of 3 years thought she was getting the ultimate surprise for her 25th birthday. She was right, but it wasn't the ring she was expecting. I'm a software developer, so when she complained that her phone was glitching and randomly deleting apps, I told her I'd take a look. While I was running a diagnostic, a notification popped up from a contact saved as dry cleaner. It wasn't about laundry. It was a message that said, "I can't wait to see you tonight," while he's at the gym. My heart dropped into my stomach. I didn't say a word. I handed her the phone back, told her it was just a software bug, and went to the gym. But I didn't work out. I sat in my car and remotely accessed our shared cloud drive. There, I found a hidden vault. It wasn't just messages. It was months of photos, videos, and even a calendar of their appointments during my work hours. The dry cleaner was actually my own cousin, someone I had grown up with. I spent the next 3 weeks being the perfect boyfriend. I helped her plan a massive birthday dinner at her parents' house. Both of our families were there. Her parents, my parents, and even my cousin, who had the nerve to shake my hand and ask how I was doing. Sarah was glowing, dropping hints all night about how she was ready for the next big step in our relationship. After dinner, her dad stood up to give a toast, but I interrupted. I told everyone I had prepared a special year-in-review video for Sarah to celebrate her birthday. I hooked my laptop up to their massive 75-inch living room TV. The video started with sweet photos of us, set to her favorite song. Everyone was awing, and her mom was even tearing up. Then, the music cut to a distorted scratching sound. The next slide was a high-resolution screenshot of the dry cleaner messages. The room went dead silent. I cycled through the slides slowly. I showed the timestamped photos of them together at a hotel on the day of my grandmother's funeral. I showed the GPS logs from her car that proved she wasn't at late-night yoga. The final slide was a photo of my cousin and her, with a caption that read, "Happy birthday, Sarah. You can have each other, but you can't have my house or my silence." Sarah started hyperventilating, and her dad looked like he was about to have a heart attack. My cousin tried to make a run for it, but my brother was already standing by the door. I didn't yell. I didn't make a scene. I just grabbed my keys, looked at my parents, and said, "We're leaving." I had already changed the locks on our apartment and moved all her stuff into a storage unit while she was getting her hair done that morning. I left the key to the unit on the dinner table next to her birthday cake and walked out. Was this the ultimate birthday present, or did I take the public reveal too far? Sound off in the comments.
My boyfriend of 2 years, Mark, thought he was the ultimate sneakerhead and sports collector. His pride and joy wasn't our relationship, it was his mint-condition NBA jersey collection and his custom-built gaming rig. He treated those jerseys like fine art, especially his signed LeBron James Heat jersey and his 1998 Michael Jordan Bulls jersey. I found out he was cheating in the most cliché way possible. He went for a quick run, but left his Apple Watch on the charger. It started blowing up with texts from a girl named Kayla. I didn't even have to unlock it to see the messages. "Is your boring girlfriend asleep yet?" Followed by a photo that definitely wasn't of a basketball court. I felt that familiar burn in my chest, but instead of crying, I went into logistics mode. Mark was leaving the next morning for a 3-day bro trip to Vegas. I kissed him goodbye, told him to have fun, and the second his car pulled out of the driveway, I got to work. I didn't just throw his stuff on the lawn. That's amateur hour. I knew exactly how much those jerseys were worth. I spent the afternoon listing his entire collection on a local marketplace app. The signed LeBron, the Jordan, the Curry, everything. I marked them at fire sale prices. I'm talking $20 a piece. My phone didn't stop buzzing for 4 hours. A high school kid came by and bought the Jordan jersey with his lawn mowing money, looking like he'd won the lottery. I felt like Robin Hood. Next was the console. Mark spent 3 months' rent on his setup. I didn't sell that one. I donated it. I took the console, the controllers, and his entire headset setup to the local children's hospital. The look on the kids' faces when they saw a top-tier gaming rig was worth every penny Mark had spent on it. By the time Mark was at the blackjack table in Vegas, his man cave was a ghost town. I sent him one final text. It wasn't a paragraph of emojis or a long-winded breakup speech. It was just a photo of the empty hangars where his jerseys used to be and the donation receipt from the hospital. I followed it up with, "Since you love playing the field so much, I figured I'd help you clear some space. Don't bother coming back here. Your key doesn't work, and your boring girlfriend just funded a kids' gaming marathon. Hope Kayla is worth the $5,000 you just lost." I blocked him before he could even reply. By the time he got home, I was already moved into my new place, and his remaining clothes were in trash bags at his mom's house. Is it still petty if the money went to a good cause? Let me know what you think in the comments.
My girlfriend, Chloe, loved 2 things more than anything: her influencer image and her collection of vintage designer handbags. I'm a software engineer, so I'm the one who handled all the boring stuff, setting up her website, managing her cloud storage, and keeping her smart home running. I found out about her side project when I was setting up a new mesh Wi-Fi system. I had to log into her old iPad to sync some settings, and a series of messages popped up. It wasn't just a fling. She was dating a guy from her gym and had a secondary secret Instagram account where she posted photos of them together. Trips they took while I was away on business, dinners I was supposedly paying for. She even had a highlight reel titled "The Real One." I didn't confront her. I didn't want a screaming match. I wanted a total digital and physical reset. Chloe was heading to a content creator retreat in Sedona for the weekend. The moment she left, I got to work. I didn't change the locks. That's too obvious. Instead, I used my admin access to her smart home account. I reprogrammed the smart locks to only recognize my biometric data and revoked her guest access. Then came the creative part. Chloe's entire life was her brand. I didn't delete her accounts, I just optimized them. I wrote a script that went through her secret Instagram account, pulled every single photo of her and the gym guy, and set them to auto-post to her main professional feed at 10-minute intervals starting Saturday at noon, exactly when she'd be at her retreat's networking brunch. Next, I turned my attention to her handbags. She had a wall of them. Birkins, Chanel's, Dior's. I didn't ruin them. I took every single bag and replaced them with high-quality decoy boxes filled with bricks so the weight felt right. I moved the actual bags to a climate-controlled storage unit under my sister's name. On Saturday morning, I packed the last of my things. At 11:55 a.m., I sent a mass email to her parents, her agent, and her gym guy's wife, whose contact info found in the secret DMs. The subject line was, "The real one, a final portfolio." It contained the link to her secret drive. At 12 p.m., her main Instagram started exploding. Every 10 minutes, a new photo of her cheating went live to her 200K followers. By 12:30 p.m., she started getting notifications. By 1 p.m., she tried to log in to delete them, but I'd already enabled two-factor authentication tied to my burner phone. When she raced home in a panic that evening, she couldn't get through the front door. The smart lock just blinked red. She could see me through the glass, calmly eating a pizza. When she started screaming, I simply tapped the intercom button on my phone and said, "I think you're at the wrong house. The real one lives across town, right?" I left a single QR code taped to the outside of the window. When she scanned it, it led to a digital receipt for the storage unit where her bags were kept, along with a note. "The first month is paid for. After that, I'm sure your real one can cover the bill. Don't call me, I've already unsubscribed from your life." My girlfriend, Vanessa, was obsessed with the aesthetic of a perfect relationship. She spent more time editing our photos than actually talking to me. I found out she was cheating when I saw a reflection in her sunglasses in one of her solo vacation photos. It was my best friend, Mark, holding the camera. I checked their flight records, since I'm the one who handles our shared travel points, and realized they had been meeting up in different cities for months. I was shattered, but I realized that if she wanted a cinematic life, I would give her a finale she'd never forget. Our third anniversary was coming up, and she had been dropping hints about Paris for years. I told her I had a massive surprise. I booked her a first-class, one-way ticket to France, and a week-long stay at a luxury hotel overlooking the Eiffel Tower. I told her I had to fly in a day later because of a last-minute meeting with a client, but that I'd meet her at the hotel for a romantic dinner. The morning she left for the airport, she was glowing. She gave me a kiss, told me I was the best boyfriend ever, and posted a story captioned, "Paris bound. My man is the king of surprises." He really was. The moment her plane took off, I didn't head to work. I called a moving crew I'd hired weeks in advance. In 6 hours, every trace of me was gone from our apartment. I didn't just take my clothes, I took the furniture I paid for, the TV, and even the rugs. I left the place echoing and empty, except for one thing, a printed photo of her sunglasses reflection, taped to the middle of the living room floor. While she was mid-flight, I went to the carrier's office and officially removed her from my phone plan and canceled her credit card, the one I was the primary account holder for. When she landed in Paris, she tried to call me to say she arrived. No service. She tried to Uber to the hotel. Card declined. When she finally got to the hotel using her own emergency cash, she found out the reservation had been canceled an hour after her flight departed. I sent her one final email from the airport lounge while I waited for my own flight, a solo trip to Japan I'd booked for myself. The email said, "I hope Paris is as beautiful as you and Mark imagined. Since you love surprises, here's one more. The apartment is empty, the locks are changed, and I'm done. Don't bother reaching out. I've already moved on to someone who doesn't need a filter to be real." A year later, I was hiking in Kyoto with a woman who actually values me, and I happened to see Vanessa's profile suggested on social media. She was back home, working a job she hated to pay off the debt from that Paris trip. I didn't even feel a sting of anger, just the peace of knowing I'd traded a fake life for a real one. Was leaving her stranded in a foreign country too much? Or was it the perfect au revoir? Let me know in the comments. My best friend Leo and my girlfriend Maya were the two people I trusted most in the world. That ended on a Tuesday afternoon when Leo accidentally, or maybe arrogantly, sent a video to our group chat instead of his private folder. The video was of them laid up in bed in my own apartment. In the clip, Leo panned the camera to Maya, who was laughing, and then he looked into the lens with a smug grin. At the very end of the video, I heard Leo's voice say, "Don't worry about calling her, man. She's busy, bro." My vision went red, but I didn't reply. I didn't call. I didn't even go home. I knew if I confronted them then, I'd just be the angry ex. I wanted something much more permanent. I wanted a diabolical reset. Leo and Maya were both obsessed with their careers. Leo was an up-and-coming real estate agent, and Maya was a corporate lawyer. They both lived and died by their reputations. So I decided to play the long game. I waited 3 weeks, acting like nothing was wrong, even when they'd both look me in the eye and lie. The revenge started with a fake friendship appreciation dinner I hosted at a high-end restaurant. I invited our entire social circle, their parents, and, most importantly, their bosses. I told everyone I had a big announcement to make about a new business venture. When it was time for the speech, I stood up and pulled out a projector. "I want to thank Leo for teaching me about loyalty," I said, "and Maya for showing me what busy really looks like." I hit play. It wasn't a business pitch. It was the video Leo sent me, looped and zoomed in on their faces. But I didn't stop there. I had spent those 3 weeks doing some digging. While the video played, I scrolled through a sidebar of screenshots. I showed proof that Leo had been using his firm's escrow accounts to fund their secret hotel stays, and emails showing Maya had been sharing confidential client information from her firm to help Leo close deals. The room went silent. Maya's boss stood up and walked out immediately to call HR. Leo's dad, who was the head of the real estate firm, looked like he wanted to vanish. I turned to Leo, leaned in, and whispered loud enough for the whole table to hear. Looks like you're the one who's going to be busy now, bro. Busy looking for a lawyer and a new job. I walked out of the restaurant, went straight to the apartment, and found that the locksmith I'd hired had already finished. I had all of Maya's things packed in professional moving boxes, addressed to Leo's parents' house. I blocked them both before the first explanation text could even arrive. They lost their jobs, their reputations, and eventually, they lost each other because a relationship built on a lie can't survive the truth. Was this the ultimate mic drop, or did I go full villain mode? Tell me in the comments.
Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe and drop a comment down below.